All right, so Cumberland Mountain State Park in eastern Tennessee. It's a great park. It's got a lot of recreation. We've got some great camping spots. It's one of my favorite state campgrounds near the house. And thought I'd take the Segway ZT3 scooter on a little tour and just give you an idea what it's all about. Um, the campground is divided into 5 sections. We're coming up into section 2 right now. As they close part of the campground, this is November that this was taken. They've already shut down sections 3 through 5. So here we are in section 2, but you can get an idea how the sites are laid out. They're not really jammed together, which is great. You know, a lot of state campgrounds get pretty snug. Sites are not all full hookups. All of them have water and electricity as far as I know, but I think probably 10% have septic hookups. There's 145, I think it's 145 RV sites in the park, and but here, you know, we're kind of cruising around through the closed area, and you get an idea. Some of these sites got a lot of room in between each other, and we're gonna kind of go down a hill here to section 4. This is probably one of my favorite areas of the campground. Very secluded, kind of quiet. You still have a campground host with his rig there on the left, but these get a lot of shade in the summer. Got a great canopy overhead, and yeah, again, these are spread out, and they just, yeah, they're very cozy little spots down here. You've got the bathhouses with showers in various places throughout the park, and they're very clean. That's very important when you're going to a shower or a bathroom, and they do a really good job with taking care of them and keeping them clean. I think this state park is about 1,700 acres. There's lots of walking trails, hiking trails. There's a mountain bike trail, which is not too extreme, that I'll take the scooter on here in a bit and show you what that's all about. And then obviously there's, I guess it's a lake, and you can rent canoes and things like that. So pretty much a lot to do if you're going to spend, you know, a few days here. It's actually got a restaurant on the inside the park itself. It's a state-ran restaurant. This is section 5, I believe. This is up on a hill, and a lot of these sites are full hookups. I know in the summertime when I'm coming through here, there's lots of big rigs that they've set up, and they're going to be here for a while. I think you can stay for up to 14 days, but they're easy sites to back into, and like I said, full hookups. Coming down the hill, back into section, I guess it'd be the intersection of 3, 4, and 5. And I think at this point I noticed some noise coming from the back end of the rig. It's the, I think I got some leaves caught up in there, so got rid of that. And, you know, I've had the scooter now for, gosh, probably a month, and huge upgrade over my 9-bot, not the G2, but the non-suspension version of the G2. I keep forgetting what that is, but so much smoother, way more power. It's a great platform for exploring places like this where you may end up going off-road or going over some uneven terrain. Really liking the scooter. And now we're coming back into the occupied area of the campground. All right, so now we're outside of the camping sites, and this is a paved path that goes around this lake, and you can ride a bike on it, obviously, or a scooter, and there's a lot of people just taking walks on it. This is getting later in the day. You can tell the sun's going down, but it's actually a really nice, peaceful area. There's some signs placed throughout the walkway that talk about various wildlife that are in the area, which is cool. Not a lot of people out it was getting a little colder and sun was going down, so pretty much, yeah, didn't have it completely to myself, but for the most part there wasn't a lot of people. You can see they have benches kind of staged throughout the area if you want to take a little break while you're walking.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
Saw a few people fishing while I was out and about over the few days that I was there. There's also another trail that's not for bikes or scooters. I think they call it the Pioneer Trail, and it's several miles. That one's going to take like a little over an hour to walk. I think the entrance to that is coming up here on the left. And then we're going to cross this bridge. There's a short loop trail, and then I believe there's the Pioneer Trail is the longer one. We'll cruise over the bridge here, and you can see they do have the kayak and canoe rentals there on the other side. I think everything was closed at this time of the day. The little rental offices there to the right.
How's it going? Good.
All right, so now we're at the mountain bike trail. It's up by the tennis courts, and I think there's a pavilion area. And for the most part, it's downhill. For 90% of it, the last portion you kind of climb back up to get to close to where you start off at. I was taking a little slow because there was a lot of rocks and pretty good sized sticks that were underneath the leaves that you can't see, so I didn't really want to go flying high speed and catch a rock with the small diameter tires. I mean, this is not a mountain bike. You're not going to just eat them up, but the Segway had no issue with this trail whatsoever. I mean, the suspension did great, and like I said, it's got enough power to, get up the hills, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. And I think I saw one person on this trail the entire time I was on it, so it happened to be a gal just walking a dog. Based on the condition of it, it doesn't appear to be getting a lot of traffic, which it's a cool trail. If you had a bike or like this, you have a scooter, it's a cool place to go just explore a little bit.
Hey. How's it going?
Going great. How about you?
Good, good. Beautiful day.
It is gorgeous.
And I've edited this. I mean, it's a much longer ride than the video makes it appear. It's not that exciting, so I just trimmed it down. But yeah, now we're coming back out, and you end up probably an eighth of a mile from where you dropped in at. It's kind of a meadow area, like I said, up by the tennis courts and stuff. All right, now we're back into the campground. This is area one. This is the only part of the park that stays open year round, so it's pretty small. I'm not sure how many sites are here, maybe 35 or so, and just very few are full hookups, but you can camp here 12 months out of the year, and I have done that. I've been in there, I think, in December and January, And it's still, it's not fully occupied. The couple times we were there when it was, dead of the winter, but there's people camping here year round. So. And you can walk and explore the rest of the campground. You're just not gonna be able to drive your rig around.
How's it going?
All right, so now we're out of the campground again, and this is going to take you up to where all the cabins are. And there's a lot. There's a ton of them, and I was surprised there wasn't that many people staying at the campground or at the cabins. But there's a lot of cabins up here, and they've got plenty of firewood stocked at each one of the sites. And there's a couple of areas where they have like just stacks of firewood if you run out of the stuff that's stacked at your cabin. But yeah, pretty cool. You can just drive right up to the front, and I've not been inside of them, but they look like they're fairly well built structures, and can't vouch for what they're like inside, but there's pretty good looking setup here. If you don't have a camper and you want to get out for the weekend, a lot of Tennessee campgrounds have these, and they're pretty cool. Fall Creek Falls has them. I'm trying to remember. There's several that we've seen, but this was probably the most I've seen in like one area. I mean, there's a lot of cabins, and then there's one at the very end of this road here. Probably the biggest or the oldest or the nicest. I'm not sure, but these are some of the newer ones, I guess, on the right. But yeah, at the very end of this road would be the most private one, in my opinion. It's pretty much all by yourself back there. The GoPro was mounted on my helmet, so got a little bit of head bobbing going on while I was looking around. Yeah, and so this is the one that was at the very end. Somebody was staying there, so I didn't want to drive up and check it out, but that one's very, very private. Anyhow, hope this helps. Just a quick tour. Thanks for watching. No need to thumbs up or like or any of that.